Well, good morning. Apparently, we picked the wrong day, the wrong time to make our little trip here down to St. Augustine. Oh, goodness. Because it's cold. Cold front has moved through and temperature is in the 30s. Okay, so it is cold today. But we're going anyhow. It's going to be pretty sunny. Man, really sunny up there. You can see some serious blue sky. But yep, we're going to crank up, get the diesel warmed up, and we're going to be heading out to the jetties. Probably anchor out by Blunt Island. But yeah, it's going to be a cold trip. Cold trip. Well, good morning. We are smack in the middle of downtown Jacksonville, and we are waiting on that bridge behind us. They seem to have a little bit of problem. I got two other sailboats out here also waiting. One's over there, and I believe the other one's right up over there. But yeah, right in the middle of downtown Jacksonville, baby. Just waiting on a bridge. Not waiting on a train. Not waiting on a lady. We're just waiting on a bridge. Hey, I was so busy enjoying the day and the sun coming out and warming up a little bit that I almost forgot to film it coming through the Dames Point Bridge. I'm already through. There she is behind me. I'm making crazy good time. I've been doing 7.5 knots over the ground, and I'll be at my anchorage in another hour. And it's just lunchtime, so guess I'll be hanging out on the boat. Maybe I'll find a few little chores or tasks. But yep, good progress, and we'll be filming again tomorrow morning on the way out of the jetties, out in the ocean. I think it's time to make preparations to get underway. Time to head out to the ocean. Okay. Right out there's the ocean. We're headed through the jetties. As promised, I'm strapped in. So if I did stumble and fall over the side, at least the boat won't leave me behind. It can drag me along like a piece of bait until I can climb back on board, I guess. But yeah, I'm not sure how much wind I'm gonna have, but hopefully I'll get down to St. Augustine about 3 to 4 o'clock. It should pick up a little as the day goes on. Yeah, super flat, super calm. So we'll film some more as we get out there. We're out. We're about 5 miles down the coast. Things are going pretty good. It's a little rolly. Not sure if I can actually portray just how rolly it is there. Maybe you can watch the horizon a little bit. And had to improvise a spinnaker pole or a Genoa pole. Really need to get one of those. I'm gonna have to invest in one. That's basically the boat hook right there, the dock hook, and that's not a good thing to use. It's really not strong enough. Winds are light, hopefully it'll survive, but making good time, doing a steady 5 knots average, so should be in St. Augustine at about 3 o'clock or so, just like I hoped. And it's nice out here, really nice. It's very quiet, it's very peaceful. I'm really liking it. Like I said, a little rolly, gotta wedge yourself into a spot, but very enjoyable. Very enjoyable. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. blind, but now I see through many dangerous toils and snares. We have already come. 'Twas grace that brought us safe so far, and grace will lead us home, and grace will lead us home. Well, it's hard to believe, but off in the distance there I can see the St. Augustine lighthouse. So this leg of the journey's almost over. Really wasn't long enough. I don't really want to turn in there. I want to keep going. But I guess that's not going to happen this time around. Miss Mirage performs flawlessly. Man, what a thoroughbred is all I can say. Cape Dory's a great boat. She really is begging me for a spinnaker pole though, and I'm gonna have to get her one. But yeah, it was nice to be able to put my father to rest and say goodbye to my mom at the same time. And you couldn't ask for a nicer trip than this right here. Just as good as it gets, really. And tomorrow will be a little different story, as I'll be heading into the wind, and I'm sure it's going to be a lot wetter. But that's tomorrow. This is the end of the day. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. Good morning. It's early Sunday morning. We're just watching the lighthouse here at St. Augustine do its thing. I'm an early riser. Oh, I just saw another meteor, which is why I got up, because this morning was supposed to be the height of the Leonid meteor shower, and I have seen probably at least a dozen, despite the cloud coverage and the extra lights from the lighthouse. I've caught quite a few. It's been rather impressive. We'll be leaving out today as soon as it gets a little lighter. Headed back up the coast. Should be a very exciting wet slog upward, so we'll film some of that as it gets closer. Away we go out to sea, leaving the St. Augustine jetties. Leaving St. Augustine. Some pretty good rollers right here. Hey, how's it going? Notice something in the background there? That's still the St. Augustine lighthouse. I basically got out there and I could make no progress. It's about 8 hours later. It's 2 in the afternoon. I essentially had to turn tail and run. I just couldn't make any progress. There's an old saying that gentlemen don't go to windward, and one of the reasons being that it's very difficult to make progress directly into the wind, which is what I ended up doing, and I just couldn't do it. So fortunately, we're well provisioned with food and drink. We're just going to spend another night here, and I guess tomorrow, if the wind doesn't change, which it's not looking like it's going to, I'll probably just end up motoring up the Intercoastal Waterway, which is Plan B, and I guess that's what we'll have to do, is Plan B. So maybe we'll film a little on the waterway, maybe not. But nice talking to you again. Good morning. It's about a little after 8, and I decided to move last night, or yesterday. There was still some time left, and I said, well, let me just make a few miles, down or up the intercoastal. So I did, and now this morning, as you can see, it is super foggy out here. Very foggy. There's a boat behind me that anchored here. This is by the Talamado River. It's a nice little spot. I remember it from last trip up the intercoastal. But nobody's going anywhere this morning. I hear boats out there. I'm sure it's local fishermen that are very familiar with the twists and turns of the intercoastal. But we're just going to wait a little bit while longer, and then we'll head out as soon as I can see at least across the river. Hey, how's it going? So yeah, we left out of the mist this morning, and we've just kept on trucking here. We had the tides with us most of the way, currents against us now in the river. But as you can see, that's the Dames Point again over my shoulder, and we're pretty much just going to keep on trucking through downtown and spend the night inside the Ortega again. I have no transportation at the dock there. I have to wait for my wife to get back and give me a lift. But yeah, it's been a really good trip. Didn't get to sail back up like I wanted, but hey, it's the way it goes. You got to be adaptable to this kind of lifestyle, I guess. So anyways, it was a lot of fun. I learned a couple of lessons there. Not necessarily ones you want to, but it's always good to learn. If you can learn something every trip, you've done something. But yep, had a great time. Can't ask more out of Miss Mirage than what she gives me, that's for sure. Peace out. Love my family. And this old man of Miss Mirage, over and out.